Hey, what's going on, guys? Jeff Coga here, and what's up, my amazing people of the social media world, right? It's kind of interesting because I'll tell you a quick story as I'm driving into the office here, and this story, if you have never heard me talk about it, it'll, one, inspire you to look at your business differently, or maybe even your life, and/or you'll think that I'm kind of a weird dude, and you'll probably just leave and just be like, who the heck is this crazy guy? But hopefully by the end of me telling this story to you, you'll be able to connect some dots in your business, if you're looking to start a business, and/or if you're currently running a business, to be able to see different things, to be able to scale your business. The reason being is I'm a firm believer that what got you to one level in business in terms of making money, or if you're starting to make money, then that same strategy that you use to get there will absolutely not allow you to get to the next level of business. So the next level of business. So you have to be aware of that, right? It's just that, again, that one strategy to got you to, let's just say, 100,000 mark, or even a 200,000, $250,000, 500,000, won't allow you to get to the next level of 500,000 plus or $1 million plus business. Okay, and the same thing as if you try to use the other side, the counter perspective of that is, if you're doing 500,000, $1 million plus, you try to use a strategy to get to your first 100,000, that can actually cripple your actual growth and stun your growth, right? So what is this actual story that I'm going to talk about? It's very popular in the space of internet marketing. Okay, it's not something that magically I figured out, and no, it's been taught over and over again. And for the folks, and like a lot of my friends here is probably in the real estate space, so you may have never heard of this unless you've been following me for a long time, and you've heard me talk about this story for years now, which is the story of the first gold rush millionaire, actually, Samuel Brandon. If you have never heard of that, right? The gold rush millionaire. And if you know the story of the gold rush, what happened is, people from back in the days, right, when people had like wagons and things like that, okay, people went from the east, okay, so I'm talking about United States, people went from the east, sorry, here, I'm actually using this new tripod thingy, they went from east, and then they started moving actually west, okay? So they hopped onto their wagons, and they, with their family, and they were just like, oh, what's this shiny little gold thingy that's out in the west? So let me go ahead and go to California and dig this up, and if I dig this up, I'll become rich, you know? So it was the gold rush. So they went, hopped into their wagons, and they started going west. Now, throughout this journey of going west, okay, what happened to these people? You know, some people died. Why? Is because of the travel, right? It took a long time, so they're trying to go over the Rocky Mountains. Some people, freeze to death. The other people were actually gotten bitten by rattlesnakes, and they died from actually getting bit by a rattlesnake, or maybe even getting attacked by a buffalo or something like that, right? Okay, so these people passed away on their journey to chase their $1 million or whatever, okay, or they're trying to make their money, right? So as well as when they got here, guess what? They had to start panning for actual gold, okay, versus this gentleman, this first gold rush millionaire, okay, his name was Samuel Brandon. You can actually look him up. He came from the state of Utah, okay, and what he did, he was a young guy, and he went, same thing, just like everyone else, okay, he went west, and he made it. And when he got there, guess what? He started looking around, and as he started looking around, he was just like, man, panning for gold seems like it's a lot of work. So he started looking around, and he was just like, man, I don't want to do this, right? And he decided to get into business of something else. Okay, and that something else is what allowed him to actually become the first gold rush millionaire. And he's considered the gold rush millionaire without actually panning for gold. So guess what he did? Is he actually looked around and analyzed the market, okay? And he decided to say, hey, you know what? What do all these people that come from east, risk their lives, and some of them passing away, and when they get here, what do they actually need? Okay, and so guess what he decided to actually start getting into the business of. Hold on, give me a second here. Yeah, so guess what he did is he got into actually selling shovel picks and pans, okay? Shovel picks and pans. So he's considered the first gold rush millionaires because he set up shop and he decided to sell shovel picks and pans. Why? Is because every single person needs shovel picks and pans if they want to pan for gold. And he started selling and it took off. Why? Is because when they land there, they need it. And as well as what? There's wear and tear of actually using that shovel picks and pans. So people will actually go ahead and buy some more, okay? And he became the first gold rush millionaire, okay? Now, why am I telling you this, okay? As I said earlier, is if you're looking to start a business, right? You may have an idea, and you may actually want to look around, just like Samuel Brandon, who had an idea to actually ride the actual market forces, okay? And another part of this story, which is really important, is understand market forces. All right, is because I'm a firm believer that you can't fight market forces. And I know one for me, okay, I try to fight market forces when I was younger, especially like in the real estate business, because I actually started in the real estate business, bought my first house in 2004, and I was 19 years old and actually made over $55,000. And you know, I thought I was on the king of the world until the market shifted. And guess what? When the market shifted, I had to actually really got affected by the marketplaces, right? Okay, why? Is because I couldn't fight market forces. All right, now I'm actually at the office now, so as I'm moving this, you guys might think it's weird, and then it's kind of weird as I'm doing this, but so again, you can't fight market forces, right? So let me actually try to wrap this up. So you can't fight market forces. So again, as Samuel Brandon, he looked around and understood the market force, and he went out and he sold shovel picks and pans and became a gold rush millionaire. So if you're in the real estate space, since we have a lot of friends in the real estate space, right? Clearly we're in a market, okay? Regardless of what anyone tells you, it's called a market for a reason, because there's opinions of people being bullish about the market, bearish about the market, okay? And it is going to change, but also at the same time, you got to understand the business model. If you're in the real estate space, is that especially if you're like house flippers, right? I buy and fix houses, okay? Been doing it for a long time. And my mentor used to tell me all the time, he passed away now, his name was Bart, he used to be like, Jeffy boy, you know, flipping houses is a hustle, you know, he's just like, it's not a big business. And I never really understood that when I was going, you know, when I first got started. And now, as I'm a little bit more seasoned now, I understand exactly what it is, because he would say like, hey, flipping houses isn't a big business. And I'd be like, why? You know, it can be in a $1 billion business, you know, me being all naive. And then he would say something like, look at the stock market, okay? Do you see a Fortune 500 company that's a single family house flipper that's being traded in the stock market? And I never understood that, but now I get it. Why is there? It's because it's so labor intensive. So, you know, you can essentially make more money, but then at the end of the day, you know, you might net less, and then obviously liability, open exposure management, and things like that, right? So, so it's a challenge. So as you start hitting a certain income level, right, especially in like real estate and stuff like that, you got to look for your shovel picks and pans, right? So that's why if you're at the agency model, the newest thing, or it's not the newest thing, but it's been around for a long time, is the agency model is like expansion. They'll say, hey, you know what, build a team and build a downline, right, and then get overrides on those individuals. Why? Is because they're trying to give their agents, they understand that most agents, they'll start capping off on their income unless they're really, really good at managing people around the, you know, 250,000 to 400,000 mark, okay? Same thing with investors, right? When you start getting to like the 400,000, 500,000 plus, even 700,000, depending on their ability to grow a team, to manage a team, you might make more at the end of the year, but you may not net more because of it being labor intensive. So again, look in your business for your shovel picks and pans. And if you're asking the question, what are some of those shovel picks and pans in the real estate space? Hold on, give me a second here, okay? What is the shovel picks and pans in the real estate space, right? Is what? If you have something that works in your marketplace, right? You may want to get into the training and coaching business, okay? And this is one of the reasons why I got into it. Other things are if you're good at lead generation or marketing or branding or something like that, right? You may want to get into that business because you're taking a lot of the the core competencies of what you already have, as well as what your organization already has, right? Like if, for example, you know how to market on social media and you have a team that's doing that, right? So you actually have a core competency, and then you want to be able to take that and be able to maybe apply it vertically into different things to be able to generate other streams of income. All right, like for example, I know friends and clients of mine who will actually take that and be able to actually recruit other agents in and be able to use that kind of as an HR department, right? And or even a service base to make other streams of income. So that's one. And then the other thing is this, is that just look at it differently, right? It's not just the stuff of shovel, picks, and pan. It's not just in that story of Samuel and Brandon. It exists everywhere, okay? Another one is Henry Ford, okay? If you know who Henry Ford is, right? Henry Ford is known for what? Actually mass production of a vehicle, right? With the Model T. And he didn't invent the vehicle, okay? He just mass produced it. But he had a waste product or byproduct of his production, which was sawdust, okay, sawdust. So he took this sawdust and was able to actually convert it and create a different business that is an actual multi-million-dollar company that he ended up selling. But this company was called Kingsford Charcoal, okay? If you know, and if you actually have done barbecue and stuff like that, right, you may have heard of Kingsford before, which is the actual charcoal company, okay? So he took the actual waste product from his Model T, the sawdust, and then he actually created a different business and he started selling it, right? So now look at it in terms of other things, okay? Like even the creation of Play-Doh. If people know the actual story of Play-Doh, okay? Play-Doh was, I'm trying to remember the guy's name. I think it was like Vic or something like that. His family was actually in the soap business, and he was actually trying to discover I believe wallpaper cleaner or wallpaper removing substance, right? So he tried to look for that compound, and he started creating it, and then instantly when he was doing it, some chemical reaction stuff, and then that's where Play-Doh came about, and that's, as we know now, is considered a multi-million-dollar company. So again, as you're going into the next chapter of your entrepreneurship, or you're starting your first step in the world of entrepreneurship, try to figure out what the shovel, picks, and pans are, and ask around and talk to individuals who have the experience, like I did, but I just didn't listen to it, like my mentor, right? But have a conversation with them and to see what it is, because I rest assure you, as I said earlier, if you already have a booming business or a successful business, what got you to that certain income level won't actually take you to the next income level. And then if you're just starting off as an entrepreneur, you know, the biggest trend right now is currently what? Hustle, hustle, work hard, right? You hear that all day long, or I tend to hear that all day long. People who says, yeah, hustle, work hard. But in reality, you know, hustling, working hard, you shouldn't really brag about that. Why? Is because that's just a prerequisite. It's just a minimum requirement for entrepreneurship and being a business owner, right? You have to actually be smart and actually have strategy behind it. I know that's something that sometimes I don't want to tell people that are brand new in business, but to say, hey, just working hard isn't enough. You got to work hard, plus you got to have a strong strategy behind it. But it is so true, okay? Because you can give an idiot, you know, you can have an idiot just work hard all day long, but he won't actually make any money, okay? So if you have the right strategy and then you work hard behind it, boom, that's magic, and it sparks off and you have something magical. So that's what I got for you on this beautiful day. I got to get into the office and get to work. But let me know if you enjoyed this kind of stuff. I might actually do more. I've been actually doing these types of live stuff in the group that I have, in private group that I have, but I figured that I hit the play button and actually kind of broadcast it to the world today. So I'm not sure if I will do more. If I don't see people engaging with it, I probably won't. But if you do enjoy it, let me know. Leave a comment in here and I'll get back to y'all. But this is Jeff Coga, and I'm signing out.